Hi guys, Dr. Justin Souther here, going through your second semester test, and I'm looking at question 1, which was a nice, easy 3 marks if you had gone over the notation for composition of functions. You're told that f of x is equal to log of x, natural logarithm of x, and g of x is equal to x plus 1, and you were asked to determine this creature over here. Now this is the f of g of x. Now what some of you did was find some expression for f of g and then multiply by x at the end. This is not a multiplication in here. This is the notation that we use, that this function is a function of x. In fact, this is simply the same as the f of g of x. And if you got to this point over here, then it's pretty easy here on out, because f of x is equal to log of x, so f of gx is simply the log of gx, and of course then we replace gx with x plus 1, so the final answer is the log, or the natural logarithm of x plus 1. Easy 1 mark. That's f of g of x. Now 1.2, you're asked to find the g of f of x. Okay, so this is equal to the g of the f of x, and of course here f of x, g of f of x, g of x is equal to x plus 1, so g of f of x is f of x plus 1, and of course f of x is equal to log of x, so this is just equal to the log of x plus 1. And finally 1.3, we're asked to find the domain of the f of g of x, which is here, this first guy. Of course, if you didn't get this right here, then you had no hope of getting its domain right, although you would have got method marks if you'd done something sensible for the domain. So now for the domain, f of g of x is equal to the natural logarithm of x plus 1. Now, we know that the only problem with the natural logarithm is that you must have non-negative and non-zero argument inside here. So you can only take the log of a positive number. In other words, x plus 1 must be greater than 0. Whatever you put inside the log cannot be 0 or negative. So x plus 1 is greater than 0, so x is greater than minus 1. Or if we write it in interval notation, you've got x as an element of minus 1. Note the round bracket because we're not including minus 1, all the way up to infinity, open bracket, because infinity is not a number. That was a very nice easy 3 marks if you know how to do composition of functions, which you all should.